Under the shade of the Bodhi tree, I approached Buddha, my thoughts clouded by questions of existence and purpose. Buddha sat serenely, his eyes reflecting the light of the cosmos, as if seeing through the veils of ignorance. Master, I began hesitantly. Why is the light within me so difficult to perceive, so often hidden behind shadows? Buddha raised a hand, gesturing toward the lantern nearby, its flame flickering with life. Small yet unwavering in its glow, the flame of this lantern, Buddha began, though small, has the power to illuminate, yet it depends on the wick's embrace. I looked at the flame, puzzled by his words, yearning to understand the deeper truth within his soft, calm voice. Inside each of you, Buddha continued, exists a flame as powerful as the sun and as gentle as the moon's light. Why then, Master, I asked, does this flame remain unseen, unacknowledged, hidden behind the darkness of doubts and fears? Buddha's lips curved into a gentle smile, his gaze steady as he answered, because it waits for you to nurture it. How can I nurture this flame? Master? I asked earnestly, the desire to learn igniting as strong as fire within me. Buddha leaned forward, his voice like the wind's whisper. By humility and compassion, you create the wick that sustains the flame. The quiet around us deepened, nature seeming to listen with us. Embracing the teachings that flowed from Buddha's heart, I felt the world pause for his next words, their meaning carrying weight beyond the boundaries of my understanding. The light within does not declare itself. It does not seek attention. It simply exists, awaiting its moment to shine. Then, Master, how do I allow the light to shine? I asked, longing to draw closer to the wisdom he offered. Buddha gestured to the fallen leaf beneath the tree, its journey marked by grace, not resistance. Even in its fall, this leaf, Buddha said, does not resist its path. It bends and dances with the wind, showing its inner strength. To awaken your light, Buddha continued, you must yield to life's currents, surrendering with trust and bending with grace. Buddha closed his eyes briefly, as if connecting with the unseen forces, before opening them with a gaze that embraced us. The flame within is invisible but powerful, capable of transforming the darkest paths into beacons of clarity and truth. I watched the lantern's flame again, its flicker seemingly imbued with the wisdom of Buddha's words, connecting me to its dance. I dared to ask, is surrender not a form of weakness? Master, how can one yield and yet grow in strength? Buddha met my gaze, his own steady and unbroken, as he answered, surrender is not weakness. It is strength and humility. When you surrender to life's flow, Buddha explained, you unite with the unseen forces guiding you toward greater purpose and clarity. Resistance, Buddha continued, blocks the paths of wisdom, while surrender clears them, revealing truths that your heart already knows deep inside. His words painted images in my mind, of rivers flowing, of skies expanding, all joined by an unseen yet undeniable force. Master, I asked, does yielding mean abandoning one's hopes, one's dreams, to simply exist, as life pushes forward without control? Buddha shook his head softly, his voice carrying kindness as he replied, yielding does not mean abandonment. It means alignment with truth. When you align with truth, Buddha said, your dreams take shape not through control, but through harmony, like stars in the sky. Master, I asked, can the flame ever fade? Can the light within dim or disappear if neglected or forgotten? The flame within, Buddha replied, cannot fade nor disappear, but it can be veiled by ignorance, yet awaits your tender return. I felt the depth of his words, the eternal nature of the inner light, untouched by doubt, yet hidden by illusion. Master, how will I know when the light shines freely? I asked, seeking to grasp the signs that marked its revelation. Buddha pointed to my hands, my heart, my thoughts. Through your deeds, your kindness, and your clarity, the light shows its presence. Compassion is the firewood, Buddha continued, and humility is the air feeding the flame. Together, they unmask the radiant light within. I felt my doubts begin to dissolve, a gentle clarity entering my thoughts as I connected with Buddha's teachings deep within. Buddha's voice softened further, his words seemingly blending with the sounds of the earth, the rustling leaves and flowing rivers. To see the light within is not to seek it outside. It is not to demand, but to listen. I closed my eyes, letting the echoes of his words settle into the corners of my heart. The silence speaking louder still. The lantern's flame continued to flicker, almost whispering the truths that Buddha shared, revealing the light as eternal yet patient. Master, is there more to this flame than its illumination? Does it carry power beyond mere light in its glow? Buddha smiled softly. The flame is both a guide and a reminder. It connects you to the source of all truth. Through its glow, Buddha said, it teaches the power of transformation, patience, and the invisibility of forces that shape all paths. I felt the presence of the flame in myself and others, its quiet glow untouched by time, waiting to awaken fully. Buddha stood, his presence radiating the wisdom he carried within, his silence as powerful as the words that fell from his lips. He extended his hand toward the moon above, its gentle light falling upon us all, speaking silently through its unseen force. Light cannot be stolen nor destroyed, only hidden, and when found, it grows beyond boundaries, beyond fears, and beyond illusions. The lantern's glow softened, yet its warmth endured, a testament to the teachings Buddha shared, illuminating truths within us all. Buddha's footsteps began to move away, yet his teachings lingered in the air, forever joining us with the invisible, powerful light. Another day, another lesson under the endless sky, where Buddha walked alongside us, his silence urging deeper contemplation. The forest ahead stretched in shadows, its labyrinthine paths seemingly alive, stirring our imaginations and evoking unease among some disciples. Sudatta, trembling, paused as dark shapes appeared to dance between the trees, his voice quivering as he said, Master, I fear. Buddha turned to Sudatta, his gaze steady, his presence like a lantern breaking through the deepest fogs surrounding their path. Sudatta, Buddha began, what is it you fear? Is it the shadow itself? Or the thought of its unknown nature? The thought of its unknown nature, Sudatta replied, his eyes darting to the movement within the shadow's embrace. Hesitant yet honest, Buddha knelt beside a nearby rock, brushing a hand across its surface as if connecting to the earth's ancient wisdom. Shadows, Buddha said, are but an absence of light. They hold no power except the illusions we grant them with fear. Master, Sudatta asked, if shadows are powerless, why do they stir so much terror in our hearts and minds so easily? Because terror, Buddha explained, thrives where the light dims, feeding off illusions, growing stronger when one forgets their inner glow. Sudatta's face showed doubt. And Buddha continued, even within absence, the light exists within you, untouched by the shadows outside. How can I trust this light? Sudatta asked, uncertainty clouding his voice as the forest seemed to deepen in mystery. Buddha lifted a branch, its shape gnarled yet still carrying life's enduring beauty. Like this branch, light persists beyond its form. The disciples watched as Buddha held the branch toward the sun's rays, its shadow casting into the earth beneath our feet. Sudatta, Buddha said, the shadow may stretch, but it cannot block the sun above nor extinguish its radiant flame. Sudatta gazed at the shadow and sunlight, the interplay between darkness and brilliance. Feeling the weight of Buddha's unwavering words, Buddha rose, his figure radiant with the truth he carried. guiding the disciples further along the forest path before speaking again. Let fear serve as a mirror, Buddha advised, reflecting your own strength, your own courage waiting patiently to be awakened. But Master, Sudatta asked, can courage emerge without defeating the shadow? Must we conquer fear to move forward into light? Conquering, Buddha said, is not destroying, it is transforming, realizing fear as illusion and courage as reality already within your grasp. We continued walking, the shadows stretching further as Buddha's teachings began dissolving the unease carried by our trembling, hesitant steps. Master, I asked, why do shadows take on forms of our deepest fears, shaping themselves into monsters haunting our thoughts? Buddha touched his own chest, his voice low yet powerful, because shadows are shaped by imagination, not by truth. They are fleeting. Truth, Buddha continued, is not swayed by shadows' dance. It remains steady, illuminating even the darkest corners of your thoughts. Sudatta stepped closer to Buddha, his doubts seemingly fading, his strength emerging slowly like the first light of dawn breaking darkness. Master, Sudatta asked, can shadows ever guide us toward light, or are they always barriers we must navigate to find clarity? Shadows, Buddha said, though empty, often guide us by revealing the paths where light must be sought, where wisdom awaits patiently. Every shadow, Buddha continued, hides a truth, challenging you to discover light's unseen presence beyond illusion's fleeting, ever-changing forms. I felt Buddha's words resonate, carrying clarity into the labyrinth of thoughts within my mind, shedding light on my deepest uncertainties. The disciples followed Buddha further into the forest, the trees towering forms shielding us as shadows shifted, dancing like fleeting specters. Master, Sudatta asked, why does the light within grow silent when shadows grow loud? Why do illusions seem to drown out truth? Because silence, Buddha said, is often mistaken for absence. Yet the light's silence speaks louder than all noises made by shadows. We stopped near a clearing, where sunlight kissed the earth in golden patches, its rays breaking through the canopy above. Buddha knelt where sunlight fell, his presence blending into the warmth of nature's embrace. As if light and shadow merged as one, each step taken within shadow's realm, Buddha said, draws closer to light's truth, a reminder of courage invisible but eternally strong. Sudatta placed his hand on his chest, his courage stirring as Buddha's teachings carried strength into the core of his being. Master, Sudatta asked, can light grow from shadow's presence? Can courage emerge without resistance, simply through surrender to life's lessons? Buddha smiled gently. Light grows not by erasing shadows, but by transforming their illusions, awakening trust that guides your thoughts forward. The forest's shadows seemed less threatening, their forms losing power as Buddha's truths carved a path of clarity through our thoughts. Master, I asked, can shadows return once light has illuminated them? Can fear reignite even when courage has already been awakened? Buddha nodded softly. Shadows return like cycles of day and night, yet awakened courage transforms fear into lessons, into tools of growth. We moved deeper into the forest, the clearing fading behind us, the shadows ahead growing faint as courage led our steps. Shadows, Buddha said, cannot silence the light. They cannot extinguish your inner flame, your strength, your truth waiting in eternal patience. I felt Buddha's words anchor me, connecting me to the strength within, helping me face illusions with a steady heart. Sudatta walked beside Buddha, his steps more confident, his voice calm as he spoke. Master, I feel my courage awakening. Buddha nodded, his gaze peaceful. Awakened courage is not loud. It does not boast, but moves forward steadily, invisibly yet powerfully. Sudatta smiled softly, his fears dissolving like mist under morning sunlight, his courage aligning with Buddha's wisdom carried in steady silence. the disciples continued walking, their thoughts connecting with Buddha's teachings. Finding strength invisible yet undeniable, felt deep within their hearts. Master, Sudatta asked, what is the light's greatest power? Is it its ability to illuminate, or its ability to transform darkness? Buddha paused, his voice thoughtful. The light's greatest power is its silence, its ability to endure through shadows, patiently awakening truths. Light, Buddha continued, is both a guide and a mirror, showing what you carry within and what you can awaken beyond. The disciples felt Buddha's presence guiding them, helping dissolve their doubts, connecting their thoughts to the unseen yet powerful forces around. Master, Sudatta asked, why do shadows still exist when light shines? Should not light's power erase illusions once clarity has arrived? Buddha smiled, his words carrying wisdom. Shadows exist as reminders. They teach you to trust light's enduring presence. Even through illusions return. Shadows, Buddha continued, teach humility, patience, and growth. Their presence challenges you to reconnect with the truths within your inner flame. The forest opened into another clearing, its beauty serene, sunlight spilling onto the earth like golden threads weaving wisdom into life. Buddha paused, gazing at the sky above, his silence seeming to carry wisdom beyond words, beyond time, beyond the labyrinth of thought. Sudatta, Buddha said, let fear transform into courage. Let shadows remind you of light's existence. Forever present, forever patient, forever powerful. Sudatta bowed, his courage visible in his peaceful smile, the light within him radiating silently, invisibly yet undeniably strong. Another day, another sunrise, its rays breaking through clouds as Buddha sat quietly, drawing us into contemplation without uttering a word. The silence wrapped around us, filling the air with a sense of peace, as if nature itself paused to listen. Kema, a disciple with eager eyes, spoke softly, Master, your silence teaches us more than words. Yet I do not fully understand. Buddha turned his gaze to Kema, his presence steady and calming, as if his silence alone carried answers to unseen questions. Kema, Buddha said gently, silence is not empty, it is the loudest teacher, carrying truths that noise cannot reveal. Kema's brow furrowed slightly, and she asked, Master, how can silence speak if it carries no sound, no words to guide us? Buddha gestured toward the horizon, where the sun rose silently, its brilliance illuminating the earth without declaration, its presence undeniable. Like the sun, Buddha explained, silence carries light, guiding through presence, not through sound, awakening truths deep within the heart. Kema nodded slowly, pondering Buddha's words, her thoughts wandering through the depths of silence's unseen yet powerful teachings. The disciples sat together, immersed in the quiet as Buddha continued, his voice soft yet resonant, blending with nature's harmony. In the world, Buddha said, noise seeks attention, silence invites reflection, connecting you to your inner light beyond distractions. Master, I asked, can silence ever be mistaken for absence? Can its truth be lost when noise overshadows its quiet presence? Buddha met my gaze, his eyes calm yet piercing. Silence is never absent, it waits patiently beneath the surface, unseen but enduring. Master, Kema asked, how can we connect with this silence, this teacher within, when the world surrounds us with constant noise? Buddha smiled gently, by listening not with the ears, but with the heart. Silence speaks where the heart feels deeply. Master, I continued, does silence require isolation, solitude, to be heard and understood, or can it be found among life's chaos? Silence, Buddha replied, does not demand solitude. It exists everywhere, even amid chaos, when your heart becomes its vessel for light. The disciples listened intently as Buddha's words resonated, his teachings opening doors to truths we had not yet fully understood. Master, Kema asked, can silence heal wounds that words cannot? Can it carry power beyond sound to restore what is broken? Buddha's gaze softened further. Silence carries strength invisible to words. Its power lies in patience, understanding, and connection to life's truths. Through silence, Buddha explained, the heart heals, not by filling emptiness, but by embracing it, allowing the light within to grow. The disciples meditated in the silence of the morning, their minds quieting as Buddha's teachings settled deeply into their thoughts. Master, I asked, how can silence guide decisions when clarity feels distant? When doubt and uncertainty cloud the path ahead? Buddha gestured to the still water beside us, its surface calm and reflective, carrying truths silently within its depths. Like this water, Buddha said, silence reflects clarity when your mind calms, revealing truths hidden beneath the ripples of distraction. Master, Kema asked, does silence ever grow louder, carrying greater power as we grow closer to understanding its presence within? Buddha smiled, his voice serene. Silence grows louder in connection, not through sound, but through trust and alignment with inner light. Silence, Buddha continued, is not absence, but presence. It grows as you listen, revealing its truths through patience and trust. The disciples felt the silence shift around them, its presence visible not in sound but in the clarity of their hearts. Master, Kema asked, what is silence's greatest lesson? What truth does it carry that no words or teachings can ever fully express? Buddha paused, his voice thoughtful. Its greatest lesson is presence. It teaches you to be here, now, connecting deeply with life's moment. Presence, Buddha said, transforms chaos into clarity, distraction into focus, and uncertainty into trust, grounding you in truths beyond time. Kema nodded, her understanding growing as Buddha's teachings carried her thoughts beyond the edges of fear, into calm acceptance. Master, I asked, does silence ever fade? Can its truth be forgotten, overtaken by noise, losing the power it carries within? Buddha shook his head gently. Silence does not fade. It may be veiled by noise, but it waits patiently to be rediscovered. Rediscovery, Buddha said, is the key. Silence never loses its truth, but often waits for you to listen with new clarity. The disciples embraced the silence fully, letting it wash over them like the sunlight, connecting them to the invisible yet powerful force. Master, Kema asked, can silence lead us to enlightenment? Can it carry the teachings we seek to illuminate the paths ahead? Buddha smiled softly, his voice steady. Silence is a teacher that leads patiently, invisibly, not by force but by guiding with presence. Through silence, Buddha continued, you align with life's truths, moving steadily toward enlightenment, trusting its invisible yet powerful guidance within. The disciples felt Buddha's teachings enter their hearts, his voice blending into the silence, as if spoken from life's eternal source. Master, I asked, can silence comfort even in suffering? When hope feels distant and life's path feels heavy with burdens? Buddha raised his hand, his presence calm as he replied, silence carries comfort not by erasing burdens, but by anchoring you deeply in truth. Comfort, Buddha said, grows from silence as you listen, connecting with light within, finding clarity even amid the heaviness of pain. Kema closed her eyes, letting the silence guide her thoughts, her heart connecting with Buddha's teachings in ways beyond sound. The disciples meditated as the day progressed, the sun's rays growing stronger, the silence growing louder in its unseen presence. Master, Kema asked, is silence fragile? Can it break under pressure, losing its power when life's challenges grow too heavy to bear? Buddha shook his head, his words steady. Silence is not fragile, it is eternal. It grows even under pressure, carrying strength invisible to chaos. Strength, Buddha said, comes not from noise but from calm. Silence teaches resilience, aligning you with truths that endure beyond time. Kema bowed, her heart growing stronger as Buddha's teachings entered her thoughts, empowering her with clarity that silence patiently offered. Master, I asked, what is the light's connection to silence? Are they one and the same, both carrying truth invisibly but powerfully? Buddha smiled, his voice thoughtful. Light and silence are deeply connected. Light shines through silence, revealing truths hidden beyond distractions and illusions. Through silence, Buddha said, light grows brighter, teaching patience and trust, carrying truths that transform the darkest night into day. The disciples embraced the silence, letting its truths guide them. As Buddha's teachings awakened clarity in their thoughts and hearts, Master, Kema asked, how can silence shape our path forward? How does its presence guide us when challenges grow and clarity feels distant? Buddha gazed at the horizon, his voice calm and resonant. Silence shapes your path through trust, revealing lessons hidden amid the noise of distraction. Through trust, Buddha said, silence transforms fear into courage, doubt into clarity, carrying strength beyond illusion's fleeting presence. Kema smiled, her heart carrying Buddha's teachings forward, the silence embracing her thoughts, grounding her deeply in truths beyond words. The disciples walked beside Buddha, their hearts filled with silence's strength, the invisible force connecting them deeply to the light within. Buddha paused as the sun began to set, its light reflecting silently, carrying truths beyond sound, beyond time, beyond boundaries. Let silence guide you, Buddha said. Let its presence teach patience, courage, and light beyond illusions that seek to distract your thoughts. The disciples bowed, their hearts illuminated by the silence, its invisible yet powerful presence carrying them toward greater understanding and trust. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.